Hey there YouTube, I figured it was about time for another knife safari video. So I have set out an assortment of knives from the last visit or two. Most of this stuff was all from one visit. Yeah, in fact I think all but one of these knives was from yesterday's visit to the state surplus store here in Texas. And then one was a couple days before that. So if you're not familiar with this series, this is when I do a little thrift store knife shopping at the Texas State Surplus Store, which is where knives that have been surrendered to the TSA at Texas airports end up. That is a federal agency, the TSA, but they are turned over to the state and sold as state surplus property. And here in Austin, Texas, we have the State Surplus Store, which is a big warehouse. They sell all kinds of office equipment and stuff like that that has been used in state offices and is no longer needed. It's a good place to buy like an office chair or a filing cabinet or something like that for a pretty significant discount. But they also have bins of knives that are at assorted price points. A lot of these were $3, and then they go up. The people who work in the store sort through the knives, and if they see something that they recognize as being valuable, like a Benchmade or a Spyderco or something like that, they'll pull it out and price it a little higher. But even so, there are some bargains to be found. And the theme of today's set really is vintage Kershaw. I mean, there's some other good stuff in here. Some Spydercos, Cutco, some stuff that I bought based on where it was made. You know, knives made in Zollingen, Germany, or Seki, Japan. But certainly this set is heavy with vintage Kershaw knives. And so why don't I start with those? So we've got a scallion here. This is a Ken Onion design. This is part of the same family of knives as the leek and the, what do they call it? The, oh no, sorry, this is a shallot. The scallion is a smaller one, but the leek and the chive and the scallion are still in production, I think, and the shallot has been discontinued. It is the largest knife in that family. This one still has good assisted opening with this speed safe mechanism. 14C28 end blade, black coated, made in the USA, aluminum frame lock. No little safety catch on this knife as there is on the leek and its other siblings. Looks like I need to clean out the inside of this a little bit. It's got a fair amount of pocket lint and stuff in there. I have come across these before. I've even featured them on this channel before. I think this may be the first one that's partially serrated that I've picked up. This was $15. Also from Kershaw, got a, what is this called? The 1630. This is the model 1630 Cyclone. And this is 13C26 steel. And this is an early model of the 1630. Later models did not feature this little switch right here, which, if I can get it to focus, has little on and off settings. That allows you to enable or disable the speed safe mechanism, the assisted opening. And right now, I cannot budge that little on-off switch. I don't know if that's something I can repair. I'm gonna have to take this knife apart and look inside and see. And it is in de-assisted mode right now. So to get it open, I have to use a little wrist fling because it does not have spring assisted opening. Although it's marked speed safe. Aluminum handles, 3.5 inch-ish blade. Actually, maybe a little bigger than that, 3 3/4 inch blade. Yeah, this was $15 as well. Here we've got the another Kershaw USA. Oh, both of those that I showed previously are USA models. So is this one, Kershaw USA. This is the model 1860 Piston. Piston is the name of this knife. It's 14C28N. This one is also de-assisted. I don't know if somebody removed the spring for the speed safe or if it broke. It's not a major operation to repair a speed safe, so I will take this apart and have a look. This was $15 as well. And here's the gem of the collection, the model 1050. This is the Kershaw field knife. So Kershaw was founded by a guy named Kershaw who used to work at Gerber USA, Gerber Knife Company in Oregon, and he went off on his own. And his first run of knives, he sent a design to Hattori in Seki, Japan. Hattori is a cutlery outfit there in Japan. He had them as the OEM to make the first Kershaw knives. And this was one of the original designs in the mid-70s. This particular sample is an 80s knife. You can tell by the stamp on the ricasso. They changed a little bit what exactly it says here. This one says Kershaw, Oregon, USA by Kai Japan on one side, and then it says 1050 on the other side. Brass bolster and phenolic handle scales, phenolic resin. The blade steel is AUS 8, Japanese steel, and it's in reasonably good shape. I'm not sure what this is worth. I paid $15 for it. I have seen people listing the 1050 on eBay for hundreds of dollars. And this one is in pretty good condition. It doesn't have the sheath or the box or anything. But I will clean it up a little bit. It's good. There's no blade play. It's a little stiff in the action, but overall it's in pretty good shape. Doesn't look like it's been over sharpened really or anything, or sharpened to death at least. And it's a good, comfortable, it's got finger grooves. It's got some jimping on the spine, drop point. Nice knife. Kind of heavy, but a lot of vintage knives are. So those are the old Kershaws that I picked up. Starting over here, I've got a couple of knives that I picked up strictly because of where they were manufactured. This Hilti is, you see the stamp on the ricasso there, Zollingen, Germany. Okay, it's got a bottle opener as well as a clip point knife blade. And this sort of Swiss Army type knife is also a Zollingen knife. Does have some kind of branding on it. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Inox, Zollingen, Germany. Inox is another way of saying stainless, although these are coated tools. So we've got bottle opener, can opener, and a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and a flathead screwdriver on the bottle opener. So basic stuff. Don't really know anything about this one except that it's from Germany. But it was $3, so was the Hilti. These are $3 each. Also in the $3 bin, I picked up this camper from Stag. Let's say Ireland, I think. Yeah, Ireland. All the blades are functional. Appears to be, I mean, they're all intact. Appears to be carbon steel. Looks like an older knife. It's $3. Figured why not. We got a Imperial. This one is Rhode Island, I believe. Yeah. So it's a USA made carbon steel knife. It's $3. Here's another Ireland knife, also from Imperial. Okay, I'm not sure if this was somebody's initials that are monogrammed on this knife handle, or if that was original to the knife. It's got a little pen blade and a little clip point blade. It's $3. This was in the $3 bin, but they wouldn't let me have it for $3 once I got up to the counter. They charged me $8 for it. This is a Cutco model 1888. I believe these are 420 HC steel. It's a lockback. These are very popular with the cult of Cutco knife fanatics. So that shouldn't have any trouble finding somebody who wants that. Got a USA Buck for $3. Buck model 4204. My eyesight is not as good as it used to be. It's got a nail nick, lockback, very lightweight little keychain knife. Okay, USA made. All right, and then here's another Seki Japan knife. This is it says first production run, Spyderco, 440 stainless steel, Seki Japan. I don't really know a lot about Spyderco. I think some of the stuff that I've seen from Spyderco is junk, but this seems to have good lockup. It's got a good saber height hollow grind on it. It's 440 steel. I'm not sure which 440, 440A, 440C, 440B, but it's got this integral nylon pocket clip, which kind of reminds me of Spyderco stuff from the 90s. And perhaps this knife is that old. I don't really know. Haven't done much research on this yet. But it was $3. And I figure $3, Seki Japan, 440 steel, seems reasonable. So yeah, I picked that up. All right, so that just leaves us with Spyderco. We've got 4 Spyderco knives on the table. This was pretty dirty when I bought it. I took it apart and I washed the handles with soap and water, dish soap, cleaned it up quite a bit. Gave the blade a little dip in some CLR, which got rid of a few little stains on the blade. It's VG10, which is stainless steel, but it's not all that stainless. This is also from Seki, Japan, right? Yeah, Seki City. Fully serrated, blunt nose. We can call that a sheep's foot design there. The idea being that you could use this to cut somebody free if they were entangled in, you know, a seatbelt or something, and not worry about poking them. So, yeah, that was $30, which is probably straining the bargain concept a little bit, but this next one is not. This was also $30. This is a Tenacious, I think, and it's priced the same way as all the other Tenacious knives in the bin of $30 Spyderco knives. But most of those are 8CR 13 Movi. This one, can you see? It's CPM S35VN. So improved blade steel, American steel from Crucible, particle metallurgy. So at $30, pretty decent buy. Good action, liner lock. This is made in China, I believe, but again, American steel. Okay. Made in the USA, Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. I've got the Little Native. This is in CPM S30V. It has Spyderco's compression lock, wire pocket clip. I can get full 4 fingers on this tiny knife, thanks to the finger choil. That takes up a little bit of blade room, but you know, it's got a reasonable amount of edge left. Looks like I got a little tiny chip in the blade there. I will be going to Colorado hopefully next month, and I'll just stop by and see if they will sharpen some knives up for me and get rid of some chips like that at the Spyderco headquarters. They provide free sharpening services on genuine Spyderco knives. So this was $65. They go new for over 100. I can't remember exactly what a Little Native costs, but this is in pretty good shape. And one more. This is the Paramilitary 2, PM2, in Crew Carta. That's the nickname for this knife configuration, which has crewwear, CPM crewwear steel, and micarta, campus micarta handle scales. This also is Golden, Colorado, USA. And this had some pretty significant rust spots on it, just discoloration. And I soaked it in CLR and brushed it off, and there are still some stains on the blade, some little imperfections on the blade. That stuff is just, I opened a box with it, so that stuff on the tip there is just adhesive that I can wipe off. But there are some other spots here that are not coming off. Crewwear is not a stainless steel. I haven't had a lot of trouble with crewwear. I own several knives in crewwear, some from Spyderco and a couple from Benchmade. Probably have some other brands in crewwear as well. And yeah, it's not a completely stainless steel, but if you take reasonable care of it, you shouldn't have too much of an issue with rust or patina. This one I think probably was used and not wiped off at all, which is why it ended up with some permanent stains. But they're not nearly as bad now as they were when I got the knife. I disassembled this thing yesterday, gave the blade a soak, scrubbed everything else down with some rubbing alcohol, and a little bit of lock stick. You can hear it when I disengage the compression lock, but pretty good. This was $85. I think they're around 200 closer to 200 when they are new. This was the first in this line of Kershaw knives. Spyderco has since released the Manix 2XL and the Para 3 and the Military 2, and I think they've got some more stuff on the horizon that's going to be offered in Kershaw as well. It seems to be a pretty popular combination of steel and handle material. All right, so there's my knife safari for today. I hope that this was interesting. Some of these knives I'll probably end up putting on eBay. Some of them I will keep in my collection. Some of them may end up becoming gifts for other people, but I think I did all right. Let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe to the channel so you can see lots more knives in the future. Thanks.